having a hard time staying in my own seat myself.
I'm with you on that, partner. We've got a great show here tonight for these St. Louis fans, and I can't wait to get started.
In all my years in this business, I've never seen a superstar with the raw charisma of The Rock.
And that charisma not only took him to the very top of the sports entertainment world, it also allowed him to take Hollywood by storm.
And make no mistake about it, The Rock has not forgotten his millions and millions of WWE fans.
He certainly hasn't. And from the sound of things, they haven't forgotten him either.
What a counter that was! He saw that one coming.
Man, what a match. Kids, if you're watching this, don't try this stuff at home.
Absolutely not. These are trained WWE superstars, and even they wind up seriously injured sometimes.
That's for sure. Even me, a former WWE champion, has had his share of injuries over the years. These superstars give everything they've got when they're in a match like this, but a lot of people don't realize when they sacrifice behind the scenes too.
No question. If you want to make it in the WWE, you've got to sacrifice just about everything for your career. It has to be as important to you as anything else in your life.
And for a lot of guys, their WWE career is their life. That's why you see so much passion for what they do in the ring.
And that's something you won't see anywhere else. With all due respect to every athlete and entertainer out there, no one gives as much of themselves to their fans as the WWE superstars.
We're hearing the First Amendment in action here tonight.
I'm all for freedom of expression, whether I agree with what they're saying or not. This has been a great match so far, but I think it's pretty obvious which way it's going.
Oh, really? Are you willing to go out on a limb and actually make a guess then?
There's no guesswork involved, but if you're going to be snippy, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut.
Wow, if I knew it was that easy, I would have said that years ago. I hope this isn't the last time we see these superstars face off.
I don't say this too often, but I completely agree with you. This has all the makings of a nice, long... Now that's strategy, using the steps against his opponent like that.
He's not going to win any sportsmanship awards for that, but he inflicted some serious damage against his opponents right there.
I love hearing a crowd come alive, even if I disagree with what they're saying.
Me too, and I do agree with what they're saying.
Even if you wind up winning a match like this, you're going to be feeling it for the next week.
Yes, but that's the case if you lose as well. And having to deal with emotional as well as physical pain is that much worse.
Hey, it's pretty insightful for a guy who's never wrestled a match in his life.
Well, I've been in the locker room after a match and seen the superstars who don't get their hands raised. You can literally feel the...
Oh boy, now they're taking it into the crowd.
Yeah, something tells me this is going to get ugly.
I think these superstars are going to keep it up until they've got literally nothing left to give.
And that's the attitude you have to take to win. You know that your opponent isn't going to hold anything back, and you can't afford to either.
I'd love to know where you're coming up with this stuff, because it sure ain't from personal experience.
You talk about raw power. You talk about intensity. Have you ever seen a superstar like Batista?
He's impressive, no question. But it's not like he's the biggest or the baddest guy to set foot in a WWE ring.
Well, you got to be pretty big and pretty bad to wear championship gold, and that's what Batista's done time after time.
Hey, anybody can have a few good nights. I think Batista's...
You're not going to last long if you keep getting hit by that.
You sure aren't. I don't care how tough you are.
It sounds like this capacity crowd has something on their minds.
Yeah, and 10,000 paying customers can't be wrong.
I think we might be looking at the future of the WWE in this ring tonight.
Wouldn't surprise me one bit. This is a great match, and the fans are definitely into it.
And that's what really matters. If the WWE fans aren't happy, they'll let you know it. Night after night, the WWE superstars never fail to amaze the fans.
And that's a good thing. I don't even like to think about where we'd be if they didn't.
Well, we wouldn't be sitting here calling this match, that's for sure. Each of these competitors is looking for the slightest hint of weakness in the other.
That's the law of the jungle, and injured superstars like a wounded animal. It's survival of the fittest.
And that also means that if you're not at 100%, you've got to be able to hide it from your opponent.
That's absolutely right. This business is as psychological as it is physical. You can't let your opponents think you're easy pickings.
Well, I wouldn't consider any of these superstars to be easy pickings, no matter how beaten up they get.
Talk about superstars who don't have an ounce of quit between them. You're looking at them right here.
And that's a potentially dangerous mindset to be in. If you're too proud to realize that you're in trouble, you might wind up risking your career for a single match.
Hey, you got to be in there every single match and be willing to do whatever it takes. You know that if you actually ever step, my God, would you look at that. Talk about a crimson mask.
It's unfortunate, but you always run that risk in a match like this.
Unfortunate? What are you talking about? This is great.
I don't think anyone in this match has even considered that they might not walk out the winner.
Of course not. That's the kind of attitude that gets you beat quicker than anything.
And that's something I don't think people realize. The mental conditioning of the WWE superstars is just as impressive as the physical conditioning.
Putting anyone through a table is guaranteed to keep them down for a while. Seeing a match like this makes me proud to be part of this company.
I'm with you, partner. You just can't experience a thrill like this anywhere else.
And that's because you're not going to see athletes like the WWE superstars anywhere else, Cole.
You certainly aren't. They're the greatest athletes in the world, and this is the only place you'll see them doing what they do best.
You know what I miss most about The Rock? The way he used to make you look like an idiot when you tried to interview him.
Yes, interviewing The Rock was always interesting. I'll just leave it at that.
I certainly don't envy the referee in this match.
No kidding. No matter what call you make, you're going to get on the bad side of at least one superstar.
And that's about the last place you want to be if you're not a superstar yourself. Trust me, I know.
I know I say this a lot, but it ain't ballet. You step between those ropes, you better be prepared to take some punishment.
And to dish some out as well. I don't think I've ever seen a superstar win a match by being a tackling dummy.
These fans have got something they want to share with us.
That's their right. They paid for their tickets after all.
I've got to admit it, I'm impressed by these superstars' performance here tonight.
We were expecting a solid match from these superstars, but this is even better than I'd hoped.
Batista's had a lot of success so far, but that's because most of his opponents let him psych them out.
If you're not intimidated at the sight of a heavily muscled 6.5-foot animal like Batista, you better have your head examined. Seeing The Rock in action again makes you realize just how great he really is.
I wish my in-ring career wasn't over so I could go one-on-one with the great one and find out who the greatest WWE champion of all time really is. As long as these superstars have got anything left in the tank, they'll keep going at it.
They certainly don't look like they're going to give anything less than 100% here tonight.
It's so great seeing these superstars in competition here tonight. I had a feeling they're going to wind up against each other sooner or later.
There were times when it seemed like it wasn't going to happen, but I can't tell you how glad I am that it did.
That's for sure. You know, anytime you throw these kind of combustible elements into a match, you're guaranteed a great show.
And that's exactly what we're seeing here tonight.
If you add...
This capacity crowd is on its feet. It knows what's coming.
Batista bomb! That will break every bone in your body.
He's going for the pin. This could be it.
2, 3. Wow, listen to that chant.
The crowd makes a huge...
Here's your winner and still the World Heavyweight Champion, Batista.